stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away, show us where we are. What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain...
What's up, everyone? We got another garden tour.
Yeah. Why do we come out here in the heat of the day, though?
Lunchtime. Our lunch break.
It's what works.
Yep. It is really hot, but a beautiful day. It's supposed to be, I think, 78 for the high. Unreal for this time of year for us. So I just got done misting everything to get it all cooled down, so this will be a quick one.
So the greenhouse is getting to that point in the year where it is just really hot in here. We've been harvesting off our onions a little bit, so it's good to be finally getting some of these out. And it looks like we're gonna have some flowers really soon on the ones that we're going to seed, but they aren't fully opened up yet. I'm really excited. We've never actually had an onion go to seed on our property, so this will be kind of a fun little experience. All our herbs in our pots, they are doing so well. I feel like the chives grew about 3 or 4 inches since yesterday. Everything is doing really well. The lavender is already starting to flower, which is crazy because last year we had that other stuff in the ground for how long and it never flowered, but it is warm in here. Our spinach, I'm going to come out and cut it again, hopefully get some more in the freezer because there's just so much on here that we can get, but it's getting to the point where we need to take this down. We are going to leave 1 or 2 to go to seed so we can save some seed as well. Our minatina, our vitmachi, a lot of our greens, they're all going to seed. So you guys, it's getting really hot in here. We need to get some things that can handle the hot weather planted in here like now. We have some tomatoes we're hoping to get planted in here so we can have a nice little shade for everything else. But I think a lot of these greens, it's time for them to be done, which is kind of silly because I planted a bunch of lettuce in here knowing it was kind of late, but I didn't know where it was going to go in the garden. So hopefully we get a good harvest off of it first. I am pulling all of our turnips today. They have gotten so large. I think when I originally looked up what a good size seed of turnip was, it said 1 to 2 inches. So we started eating these just shy of 1 inch. But once they extended past that 2-inch mark, they're starting to get a little bit more bitter. And even the greens, we had them this morning in our eggs, and we can tell it's kind of past its prime. It has a much stronger flavor than it originally did. So these greens are going to go to the chickens. I'm hoping I can save these turnips by fermenting or pickling them quick before they go bad. So, oh, there was a little one in there. Maybe we'll get lucky and those aren't too bad. We can eat them fresh. But hopefully fermenting and pickling them will just be another way we can utilize them. Look at this one. It's not even round. Our rutabaga are doing really well. I had no idea these would be as large as they are. The plants themselves are really big. I would love to plant some more in the garden, but since we haven't tasted these yet, I'm a little nervous all of a sudden we won't like them. I think Matt and I will. I think they're comparable to potatoes. I may be wrong on that, but I can't say I've ever had a rutabaga. The celery that came up on its own in here, I tried it and it's a little bitter. It kind of tastes like the celery I had last year that was kind of the end of the season. It just got too hot. So I am hoping we can use it a little bit, at least the greens and cooking and things, to give things a little bit more celery flavor. But what it comes down to is it's just really hot in here. Unfortunately, my ginger didn't fare too well. I had it soaking in water in here, hoping I could get it to root, and it just disintegrated. I think that's the right word for it. It's just falling apart. So again, I think it was too hot in here. If it would have been sitting outside, that probably wouldn't have been a problem at all. One thing we've got going to seed that isn't so bad is our radishes, because we finally have some pods on them. So I can eat those, those are pretty good. I like these, I think, more than radishes themselves. But we are hoping we can save some of those seeds when they get dried out a little bit. But we've got a lot of stuff just going to seed in here. So we're going to have to do some serious revamping, get some stuff going on, trying to keep it as cool in here as we can.
bell peppers just exploded. They're liking the heat, especially in the greenhouse. And all the peppers actually exploded. But then the rhubarb, that just doubled in size overnight. So that's definitely gonna go on the ground. And my dad wanted some, so I gotta bring some over to my dad. Because we don't know what to do with 20. Broccoli and cauliflower is planted in here. Sarah put some more cauliflower in here. But we got some broccoli that actually is going to seed already. And I think that's because of it was in the greenhouse and it got so hot. But still doing good. We have still a lot of plants that are doing good that aren't going to seed, so we'll see what happens. Maybe it's already too hot for them and we should have planted them down there in the bottom. But so this is the kohlrabi, and this stuff is doing really well yet. So I'm excited about this because I really like kohlrabi, and we're gonna bring some over to Sarah's uncle. He absolutely loves it. And then our garlic is just thriving. It is doing great. And our onions, I don't know what to really say about these onions. They're not growing, they're just staying, they're neutral. So I don't know if we need to do something. They should have plenty of nitrogen. We put the fertilizer down, so I don't know. Time will tell. I don't know if they just got stunted, but we'll give it another week and see what happens. And if nothing happened from this video, then we're definitely gonna have to do something. So then this weekend, we also got all the trellises done, and we got it all set up for the tomato plants. And oh yeah, and Sarah planted sunflowers and bush beans. So we think we have to do one more trellis there, but we'll see.
So we planted that early Napa cabbage, I think it was, right down here, the point in the garden where nothing ever grows. But I'm hoping the shade does it well, and it does grow this year. I also put a couple of broccoli plants here in the back of the garden. These were just extra and I had them, so I figured I would find a little corner for them, and maybe they will do better back here and not go straight to seed, but time will tell. I'm very excited about those sunflowers. I planted mammoth sunflower seeds that we saved from last year. I'm a little nervous the seeds weren't saved well, but I had a ton of them. So many that I had to throw some to the chickens to distract them so I could get them planted. I also planted, I forget the name of it. I also planted another smaller sunflower, and then just a whole bag of random sunflower seeds I had saved from last year.